Good afternoon, everyone. It's Glenn Calloway coming to you from the basement. It is Monday, shortly after noon while I'm recording this. Rainy day here in Trenton, Ontario. Getting warmer though. Um, I'm turning into. Somebody said I'm a wanker, and I thought they said ranker. So I started doing all these ranking videos. So excuse me if I got that wrong. I'm going to do another ranking video because people seem to like the one I did on longest songs. So I'm ranking my top 10 favorite albums by trios. So Cream, Hendrix, you got it. Three people in the band. So my rule was I can only choose one album for each artist because if I was honest with myself, I probably in 10 albums, I probably would have picked the three Hendrix Experience albums and the first three Cream albums in my top 10 if I had to just pick albums, not by one by each band. So that would have taken up 6 spots, and that wouldn't have been fair to all the other great trios. Yeah, I love trios. I mean, back in the like 67, 68. Oh man, when Cream and Hendrix just bursted on the scene. Oh man, incredible, incredible. Such great musicians and such great albums. But there's been a bunch of them since. And so let's get started. The first one I'm going to pick is this fantastic album. But the vinyl just fell out of the top of the thing. ZZ Top, Eliminator. This is my favorite ZZ Top album. Probably their classic with the most hits on it. Give Me All Your Lovin', Got Me Under Pressure, Sharp Dressed Man, Legs. I mean, this is could be a greatest hits album. It's a fantastic record. So yeah, ZZ Top. They got a lot of great albums, or ZZ Top, as we like to say in Canada. Number 9 on my list is one I had struggled with putting on the list because they're not really like a heavy rock album, and now I've lost it. What the hell happened to it? There it is. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Certainly a trio, but more acoustic than all the other bands that I chose. So, but still, such a phenomenal album, debut album, and such a phenomenal trio of outstanding musicians. It was hard to leave it off. So, number 9 is the debut with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Marrakesh Express, which was their first single, Guinevere, a great David Crosby song, Wooden Ships, another great song, covered fantastically by the Jefferson Airplane. Helplessly Hoping, a beautiful song. That's probably my favorite song on the album. Yeah, outstanding. So, number 9. Number 9, number 9. Number 8, let's go to the psych era to San Francisco with this amazing band, Blue Cheer. Summertime Blues. Was that not the heaviest song you ever heard in your life when it was released? I think in 68. Oh my God. Just mind blowing. This is their debut album called Vincebus Eruptum. Incredible, incredible album. Summertime Blues is on this. Rock Me Baby. This is a great Parchment Farm. They do a great version of Parchment Farm. Killer, killer album. I'm trying to see who the name of the guys in the band were. But I'm not going to because I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on. But if you've never heard this album and you like heavy blues rock and psych, man, you're missing out. Blue Cheer. Okay, next on my list is this great band who I saw open for Blind Faith in 1969 at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. It was Taste, Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, and Blind Faith. One of my favorite concerts of all time on a beautiful, warm July evening outdoors. Incredible, incredible concert. Taste with Rory Gallagher. I got a chance to see Rory one other time too in a bar in Toronto, actually, in the Colonial Tavern on Yonge Street. But Taste, yeah, what a great band. Catfish was the big song off of this album. It was 8 minutes long. I still vividly remember them playing that at the show. Blister on the Moon, Leaving Blues, Sugar Mama, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Just a great blues rock album. Fantastic. Rory Gallagher, lead guitar and vocals. John Wilson on drums. Richard McCracken, bass guitar. 1968, I believe this came out. Fantastic. They put out another album called On the Boards, and then they put Live Taste. That was it. They were done. But great band. Number 6, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I had a hard time picking which Emerson, Lake and Palmer album I was going to put on this, but I went with Trilogy because it's got 2 of my favorite Emerson, Lake and Palmer tracks on it. From the Beginning, which is my favorite, and Hoedown. I just love the way they do Hoedown. It's amazing. And you know who does a great version of Hoedown? You're not going to believe it. Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. You got to check that version out. It kicks off their album. I think it's the Left of Cool album, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Number 6. Number 5. Another band that I was lucky enough to see very early, and it was about 2 weeks after I saw Blind Faith. I had tickets to see Sly and the Family Stone, who were the headliners, and Grand Funk Railroad as the opening act. Unknown at the time. I don't think I'd heard them yet. So this was July 69. Sly pulls a no-show, and Delaney and Bonnie substitutes for them. And I'd just seen them blow everybody away at the Blind Faith show, and I was excited to see them again. They did not disappoint. They were a great live band. But Grand Funk Railroad live, those 3 guys, so much energy and so good. We had great seats. I remember sitting like 3rd or 4th row, just blown away by these guys. Incredible band. One of my favorite bands of that era. Grand Funk. The Red album is my favorite album of theirs. My second favorite would have been Closer to Home, which is the other one I kind of thought about putting in, but I went with the Red album because it has side 2 of this with Paranoid and Inside Looking Out. Just blew my mind. Great album. There's the boys. Don Brewer, Mark Farner, and what's his name? I can't remember the other guy's name. Excuse me. But amazing album. Number 4, we're going to go some Canadiana, but some Rush. I was choosing between Hemispheres, 2112, and this one out, Moving Pictures. It's my favorite Rush album. It's the album that got me into Rush because when I didn't get I saw Rush play in bars when I was turned 18 in Toronto. And so I was never really impressed with them because they just seemed like a bar band to me. It was like, oh, Rush, let's go to the bar tonight. Who's playing Rush is there? It wasn't a big deal. And I considered them a bar band. I just even though when they were making it big, I just ignored them. Going, no, I saw them in a bar. How good can they be? But I was stupid. And I picked up the bass guitar a few years ago, and then I started to get into different bassists and check out their styles and whatever and see what I really liked and what I wanted to kind of emulate. And Geddy Lee just blew me away. And the song that got me is off of this album called YYZ, the instrumental. Once I heard that, it was like, these guys are freaking incredible. And I love this album and a big Rush fan now. But Yeah, so that's my number 4. Number 3, my favorite album cover of all time and my favorite Cream album, Disraeli Gears. This is my number 1 album cover of all time. I love this. Next would be King Crimson's In the Court of the Crimson King, but this is number 1. Always loved it. Always had it framed on my wall. Incredible cover. Incredible album. I mean, Tales of Brave Ulysses and Swablar and Sunshine of Your Love, Strange Brew. Man, We're Going Wrong, Outside Woman Blues. Great record. That is number 3. Number 2, Jimi Hendrix Experience. Boy, how do you pick one of those 3 fantastic records? Electric Ladyland I consider like just an absolute masterpiece and really should have been the one I picked, but in the last, I don't know, well, I've always loved it, but I've been really paying much more attention to Axe as Bold as Love. It's been getting much more love in my house over the past few years, and so I went with it. And I think this album's incredible. Up from the Skies is great. Spanish Castle Magic. Wait Till Tomorrow. Little Wing. I mean, incredible. Derek and the Dominoes did an amazing version. If 6 Was 9. Castles Made of Sand might be one of my favorite Jimi Hendrix songs. Axis Boldest Love, the song. Produced by Chas Chandler. This was the second Jimi Hendrix and Experience album. I got to see Jimi in 1969 at Maple Leaf Gardens. So I saw Cream too. I should have mentioned that. I saw Cream at Massey Hall in 1968. Yeah, so number 2. Number 1, you guys probably don't agree with me, but I've loved this album from the first moment I ever heard it. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. James Gang Rides Again. I friggin' love this album. Joe Walsh was never better than he was with James Gang. Joe, if you're watching this video, would you quit the Eagles, go back and do something good? Like, get off the money train and start making some good music. You still got time, buddy. This album is incredible. This was their second album. The first album's called Your Album. The third album's called Thirds. Of course, there were more albums to follow once Joe left, but with a different cast of characters. But the first 3 are the essential ones as far as I'm concerned with Joe involved. This album is amazing. Starts off with Funk 49. What a great song. Ashton Park, Woman, The Bomber. The Bomber is incredible. It's a 3-part song. It's the Closet Queen, Bolero, and Cast Your Fate to the Wind. If anyone doesn't know this, the original came out with Joe playing a bit of the Bolero thing in the middle of the song The Bomber. The people who have the rights, I don't know if it was a family or whatever, who have the rights to Bolero, objected to it being on the album. They had to reissue the album, edited down so that part is out of it. I think it's about 15 seconds or something like that. So now they've started to reissue it with the Bomber part back in. This is an original master recording from Mobile Fidelity, which does have the extended version with Bolero in it. So that's an incredible song. It closes side 1. The second side then becomes all acoustic. And Joe Walsh is an incredible acoustic guitar player. Tend My Garden, Garden Gate, There I Go Again, Thanks, and the beautiful, beautiful song Ashes, The Rain, and I. This is a fantastic album. If you don't have this album, if you've never heard this album, check it out. I don't care if it's a trio, it's a 6-pack, or whatever it is. This is one of the great albums of all time. James Gang Rides Again. That is my top 10 trio albums. I want to mention tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Tuesday at 4 o'clock, live chat on Larry Graves, the Canadian Stud Muffins channel. I know I'm going to be there. Larry obviously is going to be there. I believe Robert on my turntable is going to be there, Robert Hagerman. And we've invited a gentleman by the name of Scott, who has a channel called The Prog Corner. Scott has what's probably my favorite channel on YouTube right now. He is heavy into prog and has great knowledge, has a great show, um, full of energy. He's just put up a video last night or this morning on his top 20, I think it was 25 prog guitarists. It was great. He's done all kinds of ranking on prog, talked about all kinds of prog bands. I've learned a heck of a lot. As much as I've been around for a million years, there's a lot in that prog genre is a deep, deep rabbit hole, and I think I'm going to be learning and discovering new bands until the day I die with that genre. But anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. We will talk soon. Take care. See you on the chat tomorrow.